We even make sure to wash. We even descriptive, clue, detail. So there has to be a preceding sentence. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion that you will brush your teeth tomorrow morning. Maybe, maybe not. The same is true. Has to be a preceding sentence. You don't squander precious mental space evaluating whether or not brushing your teeth is worth blah blah blah. We clean our homes with a myriad of dust-sucking devices and chemical concoctions or hire people to do so more thoroughly than we can. Okay? So let's look at what can be the context or topic sentence for this. Let's kind of clear out stuff that you may not understand. For example, what's a foregone conclusion? A foregone conclusion is basically something that, like a outcome, right? Like a result that you and I can say, this is what will happen for sure, boss. So you basically, it's more like you're predicting the result. And you're very certain about. So that's a foregone conclusion, means that's what it is. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion that you'll brush your teeth tomorrow morning. Inevitable, yes. Why is that so? So if we take, see the other things, we've already established the fact that A, C cannot be topic sentences, right? Because we have descriptive clue words telling us that there has to be a preceding sentence. So it either has to be B, D or E. Neeraj says it's D. I'm going to put Tania's sequence and Neeraj's sequence and see who's correct. Okay, Tania says B, D, C, A, E. Okay, Neeraj says D, B, C, A, E. So both of you have the last three same sequence. It's just that Tania says it's BD, Neeraj says it's DB. Who is correct? Let's look at it. So Neeraj says, you don't squander precious mental space evaluating whether or not brushing your teeth is worth the opportunity cost of, let's say, another 5 minutes of sleep. B says, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that you will brush your teeth tomorrow morning. Now, out of these two contexts, the one that is establishing a fact that, hey, this is something that is inevitable. This is something that you know you're going to do without a doubt, right? B sets the context telling you, and D is only expanding on that context, right? D is an example of why brushing your teeth tomorrow is a foregone conclusion, because D says you don't squander, you don't sleep in bed and think, okay, you're not analyzing, right? Even if you take an extra 5 minutes sleep, you will still Tania, actually, I think B is the topic sentence. I was about to just say that, Tania, you're correct, and then you sidetrack and you say Neeraj is correct. I would say D is expanding on B. Okay, you don't squander precious mental space. Why is this a foregone conclusion? Because of the fact that even if I take another 5 minutes of sleep, I'm still going to get up and brush my teeth. I'm not going to analyze that, right? BD is the sequence, boss. That is one. The next one is it CAE or CEA? Oh no, both of you have CAE. But let's look at the remaining, okay? Then it says, yeah, the same is true. So just like where we're talking about brushing the teeth, the same is true for showering, going to the bathroom, grooming your nails, and facial hair. Now, please notice between A and E, I want you to quickly go back and tell me what should be the sequence. Is that sequence correct? Look at A, E and just tell me. Look at AE and tell me. Kishore and Rekha. Just because there is a sequence put down AE, don't blindly follow that. Go back and look at AE and tell me, is that the right sequence? Should E follow A or the other way around? Yes, John, why? Why are you saying that? Why is that the case? That's my question. I just want you to apply simple logic. Why is EA correct and not AE? That's my question. Mahata, John, answer me. Sneha, क्यों? Amit, why? Harita, why? Okay. Yeah, that's one of the clues, correct, Ashish? Right? But if you look at the context, right? The context says we clean our homes with a myriad of dust-sucking devices, chemical concoctions, or hire people to do so more thoroughly than we can. It's the same thing with the car as well, right? Not necessarily that we ourselves clean our cars. We can hire someone else to do that also. So in terms of logical sequence, it is talking about cleaning. E sets the context again for that, right? We clean our homes with whatever, right? Dust-sucking devices, chemical concoctions, or hire people to do so more thoroughly than we can. We even make sure, even is your hint word there, to wash the car every so often. So every so often does not necessarily mean that you're doing it. You can again hire someone to do that for you. Okay? That's about it. So the final sequence is B, let me write that down, BD, C, E, A. If I have, my only concern with that, John, is keeping in mind the other three sentences, if I start with E, I somehow feel there is a disconnect after A to start with B. Because I know that BDC is a link. It starts off with, it's like you keep yourself clean first and then you expand to your surrounding territory, right? Or whatever you own. So in that sequence, I am looking at B being the most logical topic sentence, then E. Right? E starts off with saying you clean your homes, then you clean the car, and then you come back to saying you clean, brush your teeth. You're going back to personal, individual grooming. So I would start with self first and then branch out to environment and things that you own or possess, which in the context talks about a car. That's just my validation to it, right? That's how I see it, and that's probably why I feel that it doesn't make sense